Hey guys, Estelle here, bringing you a review and thoughts about Star Wars Force Unleashed 2. This game came out a couple of weeks ago, about 3 weeks, 4 weeks ago, and I've already beaten it once, and this is my second time through. And let's just get right down to it. You may recognize the main character, Starkiller is still his name, and his name is in real life is Jason Witwer. Of course, you'll recognize him from the first game, but also too, you may recognize him from a TV show, Smallville to be in fact. He was Davis, or Doomsday, in Season 8 of Smallville. I'm going to be honest about this game. I was utterly disappointed. There was a lot of anticipation about this game and a little bit of build-up that I saw and read about this game, especially since the first game I thought was a great game. Graphically and storyline-wise, I thought it was very superior. This game fell way short. First off, I'm going to go with the storyline. The storyline of this sucks. If you remember from the trailer of this game, you get an idea that he is a clone. Because in the first game, Starkiller died. Now they're coming out with the second game. Well, how they're going to bring him back? Well, you get the idea that he's a possible clone. Well, Vader in this game, you start out by talking with Vader, and he tells you you are a clone and I have the power to kill you and stuff like that, and things like that. And this guy escapes from after hearing that he's a clone and all that sort of thing. He escapes. Well, you don't confirm or deny that claim. You have Vader telling you in the very beginning of this game, and then after this level, you meet up with Koto, I think is how you say his name, whatever the hell, that blind Jedi guy's name, and he tells you that you tell him that you're a clone, and he says, "Well, you believe that?" Vader wants you to believe that, and that's how far it goes. You never ever really confirm it. Now, you do find a clone factory later in this game, but you don't know if you are the original guy where they got the clone template from, the original template, or you're an actual clone. You never confirm or deny it. And then again, also with the story, the whole idea is for you to find Juno, your lost love Juno. And once you do find her, that's pretty much it. There is no other real big climactic thing. You find her, and then the story seems to end. So like I said, I was utterly disappointed. Graphically, I thought it was pretty subpar. Gameplay graphics, of course, look pretty good. However, if you keep noticing on the backgrounds of different things on the side walls there, it looks like the same wall over and over again. And Force Unleashed 1 didn't do that. This game does. And being funny about it, is made by the same guys. Of course, LucasArts, Havoc Studios, or Havoc Productions was in it, and those are the same people that did the first game. So I don't know what happened, if they just lost money or what. So I was pretty disappointed in that. Now, here are a couple of positives. I thought the lightsaber, as you notice, you have dual lightsabers. You can interchange the crystals. I have 2 crystals up right now. One of the crystals, I believe the red one, gives me a chance of setting my opponent on fire, which I thought was cool. And the other one is some sort of health, something like that, or benefit like that. What's neat about that, customizable with it, is you can have, let's say the orange, in either your main hand or your secondary, or you can choose to have it in both hands, and it gives you an extra boost or stuff like that. Again, you still have the holocrons. There's one right there. That's a health one to find throughout the level, I believe. The green ones are for your health, and here's where I epic failed, fall off the ledge there. Thought that was awesome. Green holocrons are for health and force powers and things like that. Red ones are your crystals, and there's multiple crystals to unlock. And the white ones, or the yellow ones, I should say, is your XP, which is pretty much from the same, kind of sort of the same idea from the first game. Also, too, is the controls. If you remember in the first game, you had to unlock moves and then complete a combo on the D-pad or on your controller to do that move. Well, no longer do you really need to do that unless you bring in a force push or force lightning into your lightsaber attack like that was. All you need to do is just pretty much mash square, which I found beneficial because I'm not one of those technical controller types. I just like mash the button doing the move. And let me tell you, the move, you'll see it, in its entirety pretty soon here. And the move that he does in the entire full combo is pretty cool. That he does with his lightsabers, which I thought was really neat and real beneficial. A nice little addition to the game. that also brings me up to my next point: is customization of your different skills. You can customize, I believe, force push. A new one which I'll get into which is your mind tricks, your throwing of the lightsaber, your fighting, and then like force lightning. And there might be one or two other ones there. And there's your grip. But that seems to be it. There's 3 levels of each. You don't level up. You earn points. As I'm earning points, you see in the counter there below my health. And it's like a currency, and you spend that currency on upgrading your different skills. And like I said, you have 3 different levels of each skill, and that's about it. There's still a little bit of issue, which I didn't really think it was an issue. People said they had an issue with the force grip like they did in the first game. I never really had that much of a problem with it. Also, another disappointment was the amount of bad guys, amount of things to kill. There seemed like the same 5 or 6 different type of characters to kill in this game, and that was it. And remember, in the first game, you killed multiple different species, different ways. You had the big boss with the tentacles in the first game. You don't have anything like that in this game. However, the very big first boss in this game is pretty cool. I don't want to spoil that surprise, but that is pretty much the coolest boss, and that's an epic battle. They did it right in that for that battle, and I won't show that in this, but if you do get it, check that battle out. That is pretty cool. But other than that, I was really disappointed in the amount of things to beat the crap out of. What else can I talk about this game? It's very short. You can complete it in probably 2 hours, and that's being fair. I was pretty disappointed in that. It's pretty linear. In this first game, yes, of course, it was linear. You get from point A to point B, but you didn't really feel that way. At least I didn't feel that way. I didn't notice that as much like I do in this game. I noticed that linear point A, point B concept a lot more in this game than it did in the first one, which was a little disappointing. You see this little glowing thing in the bottom left-hand corner. You fill that up, and like it's filled right now, and you push 2 buttons, and you get into your big epic mode, where you're pretty much an unstoppable force. And you have I don't believe I show it, but you have these different moves that you do, and each skill is that much more powerful. Here comes the mind trick, which is actually pretty cool. You can make it do a move and control the player's mind, like I did right there. Like he's going to do, like I control his mind right here. Jumps into the force field and kills himself. And those are the kind of things you can kind of do. And depending on what level of guy you're fighting, like the guys here with the staves here, it takes about like a level or 2 of upgrading the mind trick before you can control their mind. So I thought that was kind of a neat little function, a little add-on into the game that they didn't have in the first one. This is my final thoughts on this game, is that I would not buy this. This is a great rent, and quite honestly, I view this game as kind of confusing, but this game is kind of sort of the in-between of Force Unleashed 1 and what Force Unleashed 2 should be. This isn't a sequel to me. This seems to me like be a prequel of the sequel of Force Unleashed, which is very disappointing, especially since it cost the same amount of money. It looks like they rushed this game. They didn't give much thought into the storyline. They did get some things right that I thought was pretty neat, and I explained those, but overall I was very disappointed. Like I said, I would make this a rent. Do not buy. And finally, I'm planning on uploading a couple more videos here of the recently new games that came out. I don't see a whole lot of people doing Medal of Honor, especially the single player, which I have some pretty good thoughts about that I would like to share with you guys. Also to Red Dead Redemption, I haven't seen many videos of that, especially since the last couple of weeks the new expansion came out, and I have some thoughts about that, which I'm currently playing right now. So I will bring that to you guys. And that's about it. Let's this gameplay finish out, and hope you guys enjoyed it.